When the world talks about national transformation, Rwanda's name almost always appears. This is a country that rose from one of the darkest chapters in modern history to become one of Africa's cleanest, safest, and fastest-growing nations. For many outsiders, Rwanda's progress seems unbelievable, but the truth is simple. It was built through discipline, leadership, and a deep commitment to rebuilding society with unity and purpose. Today we explore how Rwanda achieved one of the most remarkable recoveries of the 21st century. This is the story of innovation, governance, environmental strength, and a national dream that refused to die. In 1994, Rwanda experienced a genocide that shocked the world. In only 100 days, more than 800,000 people were killed, cities were destroyed, infrastructure collapsed, families were shattered. When the violence stopped, the country faced a level of devastation so deep that, honestly, many believed it was impossible to recover. Rwanda had lost not only its people, but also its government institutions and its economy. But instead of falling apart, Rwanda chose a different path. The nation made a collective decision to rebuild its identity, repair its divisions, and rise from tragedy. What came next is now studied by economists, urban planners, and development experts around the world. Leadership focused on stability and hope. Rwanda's government began by restoring stability and trust. President Paul Kagame, who became a central figure in the country's recovery, introduced strict anti-corruption policies, long-term development plans, and national reconciliation programs. One of the most important steps was rebuilding institutions that had collapsed. Courts, police forces, health systems, and administrative offices were redesigned from the ground up. Leaders prioritized transparency, accountability, and nationwide unity. Rwanda adopted a clear vision called Vision 2020, which outlined goals for infrastructure, education, technology, and governance. This plan gave citizens, investors, and partners a roadmap for the future. Stability brought confidence, and confidence brought investment. One of the first things visitors notice about Rwanda is just how clean the streets are. Kigali, the capital, is often described as spotless. Plastic waste is rare, and honestly, trash on sidewalks is almost non-existent. This did not happen by accident. Rwanda implemented strict environmental policies that really transformed public spaces and habits. The most famous rule is the national ban on non-biodegradable plastic bags, which started way back in 2008. It became one of the world's first nationwide plastic bans, long before many developed countries adopted similar measures. But the real secret to Rwanda's cleanliness is, honestly, community involvement. Every month, citizens take part in a national community workday called Umuganda. During Umuganda, people gather to clean streets, trim bushes, repair public facilities, or help vulnerable families. Government officials join the activity alongside ordinary residents. This shared responsibility creates a powerful sense of ownership. Cleanliness is not enforced from above. It grows from a cultural habit of working together for the community. You know, many African cities struggle with waste management, rapid urbanization, and just a general lack of infrastructure. But Rwanda's disciplined and community-driven system has actually become an example for many countries that are looking for sustainable urban solutions. Rwanda has honestly one of the fastest-growing economies in Africa. For more than a decade, GDP growth has consistently stayed above 6%. So, several factors explain this growth. First, strong governance and low corruption. Rwanda is, in fact, one of the least corrupt countries in Africa. Foreign investors trust that their money will not be lost to bribery or inefficiency, and really, that trust is priceless in global economics. So, ease of doing business. Rwanda introduced business reforms that cut down on paperwork, reduced licensing delays, and, digitalized many processes. The World Bank has repeatedly ranked Rwanda among Africa's best places to start a business. Next up, investment in education. The government prioritized schools and training programs, preparing its young population for the jobs of the future, rather than the jobs of the past. And then, strategic infrastructure. Rwanda invested heavily in roads, energy, tourism, and housing. These investments created jobs and made it easier for businesses to operate. So, regional integration is a big deal. Rwanda is part of the East African community, which, gives businesses access to much larger markets in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, and South Sudan. Together, all these foundations have created a pretty stable environment, one where entrepreneurs and global investors really start to see some great opportunities. And, many people are actually surprised to learn that Rwanda aims to become Africa's technology hub. The government has rolled out nationwide broadband, encouraged digital literacy, and worked with global technology companies to bring innovation into the country. In Kigali, the Kigali Innovation City project aims to host universities, tech companies, research labs, and startups. It is part of the government's plan to shift Rwanda from an agricultural economy to a knowledge-based one. Rwanda was also one of the first countries in the world to use drone delivery for medical supplies, through partnerships with companies like Zipline. Blood, vaccines, and emergency medicine are now delivered to rural hospitals within minutes. This combination of technology and public health is a major reason Rwanda's healthcare system is now considered one of the strongest in the region. Rwanda is known for its mountain gorillas, which attract eco-tourists from around the world. The government has protected national parks, invested in sustainable tourism, and created strict rules to prevent environmental damage. Volcanoes National Park, Nyungwe Forest, and Akagera offer some of Africa's most beautiful landscapes. Tourism brings revenue that supports both conservation and local communities. The gorilla trekking program is especially famous. It's actually one of the most expensive wildlife permits in the world, but, demand remains high because the experience supports both conservation efforts and community development. Rwanda transformed itself into a premium tourism destination while preserving its natural heritage. Honestly, few countries have balanced economic growth and environmental protection this successfully. Perhaps the most impressive part of Rwanda's transformation is how it rebuilt unity. After the genocide, the government outlawed ethnic labels in public life. Citizens are encouraged to identify simply as Rwandans. Schools teach reconciliation and peace-building. Community leaders mediate conflicts and promote dialogue. Survivors and former perpetrators take part in programs that encourage healing and forgiveness. This level of national reconciliation is rare, and, many experts consider it a model for post-conflict societies around the world. Rwanda's unity is not perfect, and, challenges still exist, but the progress made is extraordinary given the country's history. Rwanda has set ambitious goals for environmental sustainability. The country aims to become carbon neutral by the year 2050. Policies include reforestation and forest protection, investment in renewable energy, electric motorcycle programs for public transport, modern waste management systems, and conservation of wetlands and riverbanks. These policies really show how serious the government is about building a green future. Rwanda understands that environmental stability is essential for long-term economic growth. How Rwanda became a global example. The world watches Rwanda because, it did something very difficult. It rebuilt itself from near collapse using discipline, unity, and a clear vision. Here are the major lessons. First, leadership with long-term planning works. Rwanda set clear goals and followed them consistently. Second, community participation matters. Umuganda created a cultural shift toward cleanliness and social responsibility. Third, zero tolerance for corruption creates trust. investors and citizens feel more confident in a transparent system. Fourth, technology can accelerate development. From drones to digital government services, innovation became a tool for growth. And finally, healing and reconciliation are possible. Rwanda proved that even after unimaginable loss, unity can be rebuilt with patience and compassion. Challenges still remain. No country is perfect, and Rwanda is no exception. Concerns exist about political freedoms, economic inequality, and rural development. These issues are real and part of Rwanda's ongoing journey. But, the overall progress is undeniable. Rwanda's rise is one of the most impressive national transformations of the modern era. So, in conclusion, Rwanda's story is not about perfection, it is about possibility. A country once broken by conflict became stable, clean, and economically ambitious. Through discipline, innovation, and unity, Rwanda showed the world how a nation can rise, rebuild, and inspire. This is how Rwanda became one of Africa's cleanest and fastest-growing nations, not through luck, but through effort, vision, and the strength of its people.